recording yet?
Here we are. Did you watch Saturday Fever Saturday Fever? Did you see it?
Did I see Saturday Night Fever?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
That music was everywhere. I remember that music was everywhere. All those songs were everywhere.
And it was great. I just was talking to my mom, who was with us for 6 weeks.
Hi, Mom.
Yeah, she's gone home now. She's on her mountain again. About how cool it was that the Bee Gees recorded all of the songs for a movie, which is kind of rare. You know, I can't even think of the last time a single artist or a single band recorded all the music for a movie. And it's still, I love that soundtrack. It's great.
It was the first soundtrack I bought with my own money. I was
Are you serious?
I was 8 years old, and I got my allowance, and we had snuck in. We went to the drive-in, because how old we are. Went to the drive-in.
Love the drive-in, James.
I love the drive-in.
Don't punk the drive-in.
Oh no, I'm all about the drive-in, girl. I'm just saying that we're a little old now. I love the drive-in. And there were several drive-ins out in the valley, and there were a couple here in LA. I remember going to any of them. And I remember because it was an R-rated movie, so we got snuck in. We were in a big Dodge Aspen station wagon, so we got all thrown in together. Because my parents knew that they wanted to see movies, they couldn't just leave us at home. It was like we had to come together to go with them a lot of times. So the drive-in was the best. I saw it, and I wanted to be Tony Manero. I wanted to be John Travolta. I wanted to be the dancing part. I wanted to dance like he did. I was a disco baby. I was always like all the dance steps at school. We would always try to dance. But people understand that soundtrack. If you're not from that time period, soundtrack, it's one of the biggest song albums of all time. It's one of the biggest albums of all time. It did huge business, but you're right. It was the Bee Gees they had written and or performed almost all the songs in the album. And it was just like every song was a hit. Like when I was playing before we came on was Yvonne Elliman's "If I Can't Have You." They wrote that. I mean, and they were also writing for Andy Gibb, which I love him too. And they were writing for Samantha Sam. Like they were everywhere. I remember all the songs were big, and for this movie, they're associated with the movie, like you said. It's like it's so you say Saturday Fever, the Bee Gees are like right underneath it.
And above it, on the side of it.
Yes. I mean, it was, oh my God, it was so big.
It's all Bee Gees. And of course the dance moves. I mean, you know, it's interesting to think about how naturally talented people can be. John Travolta was not a dancer. You know, he didn't aspire to become a dancer, right?
Right.
God, he could move. He could still move today.
I know. He's a dancer now. I mean, it was Danny Terrio who taught him all the dance stuff. And
That's right.
Dance Fever. We talked about a previous episode about Dance Fever, and dancing was a big thing. I mean, it's funny, it's kind of come back again, but Dance with the Stars, so it's kind of come back. But it was but of dancing, skating, I was a roller skater, and all those.
I was a roller skater.
Of course. I remember roller rinks were all over the place. We were all over the place.
We were all roller skaters.
We were all roller skaters.
I had like the little pom-poms attached, to the top of my rollers.
Yeah, I had the tennis shoe skates. Of course,
the big
stoppers, right? Yeah, of course.
Mine were blue. What color were yours? I
want to say mine were. They had yellow stripes.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say they were white or red, but they had yellow stripes. So all my siblings, we all had ours. I have skates to this day. I have black skates now, regular black skates, not rollerblades. I didn't do the rollerblade thing. I didn't get into that.
Right, it's dangerous.
Oh, I know. But see, I ice skate. So I thought, well, ice skating, I probably could rollerblade, but that's no story. But no, I loved roller skating, and I have so many scars to prove it from a kid on the streets. But the rollers, I could disco skate, I could speed skate, I could backwards skate.
Yeah.
You get some skates now, I'm not sure about that now, but back then.
I could turn around. I could do the wing, like when one leg's kicked back. I loved it. And I really admired people. We would go to Skateland here in the Valley.
I know that. I've been there. I went there many times. I know
yes.
Skateland. I know Skateland.
And the older kids were really good. And I just remember hanging out and watching them jumping in the air and twirling around. And It was a big deal. Skateland just closed actually recently.
Oh.
I think so. Yeah, they were in business forever.
No, I remember. No, I remember them. I mean, I remember that. I used to go there. I mean, I remember them. I had friends in the valley. Well, remember, I was a kid. I was bused out to Sherman Oaks elementary school, so I had a lot of friends who lived out there, and all those Reseda and all that stuff over there. And we would go, so there were times when they had parties, and it's funny because my daughter Monica, when she was a kid, I have these pictures of us. We had a skating party for her. This was in the '90s, so it was the last time I think I went to like a roller skating thing, that big. And I used to skate with the kid. I used to skate with her. And she was a good skater too. She would skate. We'd all skate. I have some skates. I have some. I haven't got them in a
I have
while.
them through somewhere.
Yeah.
Somewhere. I went through so many. And of course, the better that you get, you have to have the better wheel bearings, and you have to have the better wheels, and it's like this whole, it's this whole thing. But going back to John Travolta,
Yes.
Funny fact, my grandfather was a key grip for many, many, many years. Oh yeah, many, many, many years. And he worked in movies, and then he transitioned to television later in his career. But he worked Moment by Moment, which is the movie John Travolta made with Lily Tomlin.
Yeah, that movie. Yes, it came on after. Yeah, around the same time period. Yes.
So imagine, I think my sister and I are preteens, and we've got 3 adult women, right? The 5 of us go to set. I think it was off Sunset Boulevard somewhere.
Probably.
And we're going to meet John Travolta. Now, that's a huge deal.
That is.
Because he had just, Saturday Night Live had happened for him.
Yes,
and
it was real big. Yeah.
He was like the hugest star on the planet.
It was.
And we've got this Polaroid. I have to try and dig it out and find it now.
Yes.
And show it to you, of us, this group of 5 women and John Travolta, and we're like all like, giddy and nervous in the picture. And he was so nice. I remember him being very shy, very nice. And can you imagine being walked over to 3 women, grown women, and 2 little girls who are giggling and just so
That's amazing. Wow, I love that. Oh
yeah.
my goodness.
Yeah.
I love that. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, that's a big deal. He was the biggest star on the planet at the time.
Yeah, he was.
And it's funny because one of my moments funny because they always say how there was Saturday Night Fever, Grease.
Yeah.
Both were huge. One of my moment wasn't huge.
Oh no.
They didn't do anything. So that's what that was like his little They did Urban Cowboy and they got back up. It was kind of like, They didn't do as well. So it's funny you met him but you still met him during a period where he was, and of course he was still on Welcome Back, Kotter. He was a sweat hog.
Yeah.
So he was big on TV. Remember that he was big on TV and movies. So I think it's so funny to get to meet him. That's so
yeah. Yeah. And he was I just remember him being super nice, super shy, very gracious, and he still had the long feathered hair.
Oh, I love it. Oh, yeah, I love
very
it.
Handsome.
I love it. Who else was on your walls at that time period? Your sister.
Oh my goodness. Gosh, James, I don't know.
Because my brother and I go ahead.
I'm trying to remember who I had a crush on, because I wasn't big into posters. I wasn't big into magazines and the teen. What was the movie? What was the magazine? The
There
teen.
was Teen Beat. It was Teen Beat.
Teen Beat.
Tiger Beat. For us, we had Right On, Black Beat. It was like, and I used to go to magazines all the time. So my brother and I, my sister, we all have our own wall, and we just You didn't do that? Wow, funny.
No, that was not a phase. That's not anything I ever did. I remember Sean Cassidy.
Of course, my sisters loved him. Yeah.
He was so cute.
Run. Yeah, exactly. Yes,
but other than that, I don't think I really had major crushes at that time. Sorry, kind of boring. So tell me, I know you had a few.
So back then I was into all the women. So my big crush was Farrah Fawcett Majors.
Well, of course.
I thought she was I loved her hair, her teeth. She was beautiful. I was a huge Lindsay Wagner fan. I love
Bionic Woman. Mm-hmm.
I was like, I like big blondes, I guess. I was always the big blondes back then. I just thought there were women who could do extra stuff. Like they're pretty, but they also fight crime. I don't know. Like I loved when Lindsay Wagner would tear the phone book in half. I was like, oh my God, that's cool.
Did you try it?
I tried. It didn't work, obviously. I did try it. But no, I was into them. But I had sisters in them who were into Sean Cassidy, Peter Frampton, because he was big at the time.
Oh yeah, he was.
Leif Garrett.
Yeah, him too. Yeah, gosh, you're bringing it back.
Yeah. My mom was into Kenny Rogers. She loved his beard. She was.
I remember the satin pants. Do you remember the satin pants? The cover shot, every young star was in satin pants and an open shirt or no shirt.
Here's what's funny, and I look at some of these pictures and I go, they were very sexualized for boys. Like you saw their religion, let's just say that down there. Yeah. You saw crotches. They literally were like you said, open. These are teenagers with open. They have no chest hair or anything. They have no chest. They're like little babies with no chest. And they're just wide open. You're right, wide open.
Yeah,
it's crazy. It is
good
totally
time.
crazy. I was like, it was so. I mean, yeah, the girls too, but but the guys were really sexual, especially like if you did music and you did that. So that was a big thing. I had a sister who was into Willie Ames because she liked 8 Is Enough, and he played Tommy, the middle brother.
Yeah.
But no, I was into the chicks. I was into them. I also liked I was a huge fan of Samantha Stevens from Bewitched. Again, a blonde, all these blondes. I was like into these blondes. But Farrah Fawcett was just like, I thought she was everything. I had that poster.
My uncle had her post that famous poster of her in the swimsuit with the great hair, the beautiful smile. And it was really cold that day.
Yes, it was. I kept staring, going, oh, look at that. Let's see what we can see in there. My mother tells a story around the same, right before that time period. She would throw a lot of us kids together in the tub just to get us all washed. There's so many just throw us in the tub and wash. She said, one day I heard you say, are those titties? And she was like, okay, everybody's done. You guys are old enough now. Only boys here. And girls, she separated us separately. And that's when she learned that we knew what was going on, kind of. So I laugh all the time. First, you guys were all just little kids, just throw all together and wash you, just you're done. Everyone, no. Now it's time to segregate. Only boys in the showers first and the girls later. It's like, okay, got it. I don't know. I'm just like, we're just growing up.
It's an innocent thing an observation, a keen observation.
Yes. But I had that poster too. I have a shirt of that poster. Still, I wear it to this day. I still have that. I was a huge. You don't even understand, Melissa.
Yeah.
I was a huge Charlie's Angels.
I remember being really sad when she dropped Charlie's Angels. I remember being very sad about that. And then they brought in Cheryl Ladd, I think.
Who's pretty, who's also pretty.
Yes, but she wasn't Farrah Fawcett. I mean, respect to both ladies, but Farrah Fawcett, first year like one of the founding angels. That's hard. But she had a style, she had a charisma that couldn't be replaced. And I remember being so sad. Like my life was going to be over for television.
Me too. And it wasn't until 1983 when I turned on to an episode of Days of Our Lives, and I saw the love of my life, Kristen Alfonso, who plays Hope. And
who?
She plays Hope. She played Hope Williams Brady on Days of Our Lives. Kristen, she was became one of the biggest stars of TV, and I got to meet her and interview her 37 years later.
Wow, that's a big deal.
I cried. I mean, my dream was made true.
Aww,
so it was great. Yeah, the interview's out there, folks. If you want to watch it, it's James Lott Jr. and Kristen Alfonso. It's out there, and she's. So
I have something funny to share with you this morning. One of I have a group of 5 women, and we travel together. We lunch, we dinner, we do lots of fun stuff together, right? But we're all professionals. We're all still working, and trying to organize a dinner is like.
Like herding cats.
It is. Yeah. So I already have 18 messages within the last 5 minutes. 18 from the girl group trying to figure out if we're gonna do dinner Friday night.
No, girl, I know how it is.
So I'm holding my phone, James, so it doesn't keep vibrating and beeping on my desk, so you don't have to hear it. But I can't. Oh, there's 19.
That's so funny. I love it. So girls, what you do is you wait till they all finish, and then you come in and then you answer, then let them all talk it out. Then you kind of come in.
But that's what I do. That's what I'm known for. I
That's what
just
you
let
do.
them all figure it out. And I go, at the end of the day, it's a thumbs up or a thumbs down, whatever
Yes,
it is.
exactly. I'm the same way. I'm the same way.
Lots of conversation happening right now.
That's hilarious. Oh my God, I was gonna say something about that. That's funny because I'm a person who's like, okay, I'm available on this date, one time, just let me know what's going on. And then they all go back and forth. Well, I got this and that. And when you eat here, do you want to eat there? No, I don't eat there. Do you want to eat there? Let's eat there. Yeah, drinks, one drinks. I'm like, you guys all figure it out. I will show up and and
We're very similar.
I have 168 emails. I have not even I woke up to 8 this morning. I'm not answering. I looked at my emails yet.
Oh, I've been on the phone. I've been doing work emails.
Go girl. I'm in a holiday spirit today. I don't want to do any work. I like to screw it. I worked all weekend.
Yeah, you do that. I don't.
Yeah, you'll do that. So I'm just like today. I'm like, I'll get to it later. But I usually read my emails by the time I see you on Mondays. But I'm looking at going. I have 168 emails. I have not looked at any of them. Okay, that's what it is. I don't know.
They'll be there when we're done.
What's happening in the world? They can all wait. Yeah.
So we went Christmas tree shopping.
Oh, you did? Okay, good. Everybody sees I'm in the spirit. I'm in the spirit already. So good for you.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go decorate tonight.
So where'd you guys go?
Excited.
Where'd you guys go? Where'd you get it?
We got it. We usually go to the Northridge Little League, and they have an operator that rents their parking lot, and they had gorgeous trees. They have gorgeous trees this year. Okay. They're a little bit more expensive.
Are they really? Okay. So give me well, if you don't mind sharing, how much is your tree?
Between 7 and 8, a noble fir ran $135.
Okay, not bad.
And the flocked is over 200 for the same tree.
Okay.
So I was hoping for a flocked tree.
Yeah.
And my husband was with me.
And
so I didn't bring home the flocked tree, ladies and gentlemen. Had he not been there shopping with me, we might have had a flocked tree this year.
Well, it's funny. So 7-8 foot's pretty tall. I mean, you have a space for it. They have a nice big living room.
We do. Our living room has a vaulted ceiling, so we can get something pretty tall, pretty tall tree. I cannot talk this morning. I can't. I don't know what's going on with me.
I so soon. Tai toe together. You get the exercises. Red leather, yellow leather. Red leather, yellow leather.
Oh, I don't think I could string those words together right now.
No, need more coffee. Nothing says naughty, nice. I tried. That's what mine.
I think it's in there. Yeah, I'm drinking it.
I'm drinking it. That's good. I need it because I did manual labor all weekend. I am tired. I helped some people out this weekend, but I'm like,
you were a friend this weekend.
Well, no, I worked. I got paid for it. I'm just saying that it was a lot of. One person is trying to downsize. Another person is hard. Another person is trying to repurpose space. Okay. Another person is very nervous about touching his stuff. So it's very interesting. All three are very different, but it's all about stuff. It's all about like, I want to hold on to this just because, just in case, maybe. And I want to tell them, it's never going to happen. And you say it, it's never going to happen. I want to sell this on eBay. You're so busy right now with your life, you're never going to sell that on eBay. Let's do it right now. I mean, and I have a couple of clients who do. I have one client who has a whole room and she be selling stuff all the time. She sells all the time. It makes money. But everybody else, it's a lot of work and you have to have time for it. And all my clients, I love my clients. I love my clients. They're all very nice people. And they hire me because they really want to change their lives, right? They want to change lives. The one that has the downsizing, I told her, I said, I told you, Sam. I told you. You have, because she showed me she literally went half in size.
That's a big downsize.
It's a big downsize, but her new place is very cute, very loft style, very cute. Over in Playa Vista, I love the area. It's great and everything. But she's like, yeah, James, I can't. So now I'm showing her physically what we can and cannot do. So she's been good. She had to get rid of a lot of stuff this weekend. She had to get rid of stuff. I'm like, literally, there's no like, I'm sorry, literally, there's no room for it. You know, it's like
a sad moment, I think, for people to go,
yes,
wait, what did I do?
right.
I can't take this stuff. I have to make decisions.
Yes, and really look at what it is. And there are a couple things she's like, I haven't touched that in 10 years. Yeah. And I go, so it's something, it says an heirloom? No. Is it a family thing? No. Then I always think you're just somebody who can actually use it. That's the great thing. Is somebody out there probably wants it, if you actually needs it. They don't have one, and now you do. And but it came down to even like napkins. You know, it came out to napkins, dish towels. Which ones do I keep? Which one, like, because those things you feel like I can always use those. And I go, well, yeah, but if you don't have the room, you can't keep all of them. I mean, yeah, those are things that never go bad. You know, you always need toilet paper. You know, but if you don't have room for toilet paper, you know, like, where you gonna put it? You don't want it on your couch. You know, it's like, it's always loud. We always chuckle about that. But I just watched them. I go, I know how hard it is. I know how hard it is, and I try to be very supportive, and they're integrated. But it's just, I had a whole weekend of that. And I've been purchasing my house. So I'll be like, get rid of this, off of their head, off of their head, off of their head. So I just want everything gone. I don't want nothing anymore. Just plants and my little nutcrackers. That's all I want. It's just, we have a lot of, just in America, we have a lot of stuff.
We do. You know, it's funny how you grow into a space and you don't really realize what is happening until you go, I don't have any more space. Like, how did that happen? When did that happen?
I tell people, if you live somewhere, especially, well, no, there's two ways of thought. You could live somewhere a long time, you naturally accumulate because you live there a long time. Or just if you live life, you move around, you collect things along the way, right? So I said, if you live here, it's a lot. Those of us who are older, I say you get a pass because you've lived a long time. So you just you have stuff. It's just life. You just collect things. It's not anybody's, not like you just went out shopping for the weekend and bought 10,000 things. Like over 15, 20 years, you gather things.
Right, but as you're buying these things, should you not also be getting rid of some things?
That's the goal that's supposed to happen. They always have it's the 1 in, 1 out rule, right? I always say, I call it the 1 in, 2. I'll get myself confused. I'm bad at numbers, folks. The 1 out, no, excuse me. The 1 in, 2 out rule. That's what I always say you should do, where you literally, you bring in one thing, get rid of 2 things. So you're kind of ahead of the game. Makes sense? That's what I always.
It's not happening out there, though, is it?
No, it's not. That's how it should happen, but it's not happening.
Right. No, it's not happening. I can tell you it's certainly not happening in my house.
I mean, I'm trying, but some other thing is too, I'm not a person who says store everything out. My thing is, if you literally can find a way to use everything. I'm a big rotator person. I rotate stuff in my closet. I rotate things in my kitchen. I have a lot of mugs, as you know, I'm famous for my mugs. That's something that I do, that I rotate. And so things get used. And then usually it actually helps you even out the quality, things that last. Because a lot of times you go for the same mug every day. Then it's going to wear out easily. But if you actually rotate, your mugs will last longer, and you're using them. And so I think that's something I tell people all the time. Rotate your clothes. We go for the same 10, 5, 10 things. Then we go to work. Then go to back in the closet and grab that one thing you've worn a long time. Pull it out. Give me a jacket. I put out a jacket and go, I always go for the same jackets all the time. Because I have certain jackets for when it's really cold, when it's kind of cold. You have them too, right?
Sensible.
Yeah. Right. But I'm like, but some other jackets back there could probably fit the same. I just don't grab them enough. So I did. I started grabbing some other jackets. Like, I wore you in a while. You're lying. I'm like, oh, you're nice. And I started wearing them. And I think that's what we have to do more of, is kind of go rotate. And then if you have the space, then that makes sense. You can actually keep it. You can find a way to, I just think everything should be touched.
So how do you counsel a friend who still has a closet set aside for when she was thinner?
Oh, that, yes. Which that just doesn't work either. That never's gonna happen. That's not gonna happen either. You know what I mean? It can happen, but in the meantime, it's like keep a few pieces to be as motivation, get rid of the rest. That's your exciting chance to get a new wardrobe. Why would you keep all the old stuff? It's gonna be even older by the time you're done, so to speak, right? So I always say this is your chance to actually buy something new. You treat yourself when you've lost the weight you want. That'll be more accurate. And who says even if you lose weight, that's gonna be the same size you were before?
Yeah,
Or you
that's a good point.
lose weight the same way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's not guaranteed.
Yeah. Well, my second closet's not going anywhere anytime soon. I've already downsized it.
Oh, and that's the kids.
Like you said, I picked all my favorite pieces, and there's still half a closet worth of clothes I can't wear right now, that I can't let go of.
Well, I have a couple of things. Like I said, I kept a couple of things. I said I'm very much about keeping a couple of things. And I think that's so important. Just keep a couple of things and you'll be fine. And I think that to me is the biggest thing. Just keep a couple of things and it'll be good. Now I can't help it. So we're going to end on this note here. This was such a great time. This is Coffee and Conversation with James and
Melissa.
And I want to thank everybody who's been commenting and saying how much they enjoy our conversations, Melissa. They've been enjoying them. I sent you that one comment. She was so like, you're helping change our lives. They're like, we're just talking. That's what we do anyway. But we're very happy you're enjoying joining into we are friends in real life. This is not an act. We are friends. And so it's kind of like, this is nice. You guys are enjoying us and coming in. And we encourage you to talk to your friends. When I say do it on camera, but talk to your friends. See what's going on. Having a little play. It's our play dates. That's what I call it. It's our play dates. Like we're kids. So our play date. So I encourage everybody. Friendships are very important. Just like love relationships, just like familiar relationships. Friendships are very important. Friends can be family. So that's as simple as that. You can find us on all the streaming services. You can find us on my YouTube channel, JLJ Media, and we will see you next time.